This video was by Can, commissioned by Poet. Thank you.
Oh, I forgot. Are you comfortable there? Oh, who's a good kitty? Yes. Now we best get started on reorganizing these shelves. Oh, come in. Now, you must be the new student helper that was offered to me. No, come on, sit. My name is Qqor, and I am the head librarian here at the Magical Academy. And today I'm going to be sorting through a great number of books and placing them throughout the library in their newly reorganized sections. So I need a little bit of help from students able to offer a willing hand. Does that sound like something you might be able to? Yeah. Wonderful. Well, you sit there. This is my familiar, Affogato. Say hello, Affogato. Yes, good kitty. I find that cats, more so than other creatures, understanding of how one must remain quiet in a library and poised and professional. Exactly. You would do good to keep that in mind. Now, I was just sorting through some of the new books we just got into selection. Now, are you familiar with all the sections within the library? Generally, but not specifically. Well, we can go through it together if you like, as we go through and order the books. First things first is you will need one of these. This is a book stamp. As you can see on the underside, it shows the Magical Academy seal, so that everyone knows these books have been organized by yours truly and are ready to be placed on the shelves. So you take a book, you open to the first page, and then you simply stamp. There we go. And the book is ready to be placed back in rotation. Yes. So this one is for you. There you are. You use that. Now, first things first, we have these two, which are Monsterology books. We have, here we are, Slimes by Daniel Hardback. First edition. Seems to be in order, and so once you've checked it over, make sure that there are no tears or breaks in the book. Make sure no pages are missing. You stamp and place it back here for sorting. Sure, here you go. You can take a look at this one. That is Lamia Cultures and Studies by Darwin, with added information by the Wandering Mage. May I undo the latch? Some of these books are latched. And then you open it up just like this. Swap through. Quick read all the pages. It is sometimes difficult if the pages aren't marked. That sometimes happens, but this one seems to be alright. And just like that, it's ready. Now both of these get sorted into the Monsterology pile. Yes, you can grab a book. This one. Let's have a look here. Astrology and divination section. This is Constellations and Comet Trails, reading your future in the heavens by Twilight Sparkling Shine. Goodness, I let anyone print anything these days. Open the book. First page. As you can see, it's clear, so you just step. So that goes into the astrology and divination. Correct. Beautiful. Next. Oh, yes, we have quite a few from bardic and magical artistry. That's a reorder right there. We didn't used to have this section. It used to be mixed in with, what was it? I think it was some sort of illusion or appraisal magic. But correctly, they have now been separated into their own sections. I think it works a lot better when one has detailed organization skills. I'm not boring you, am I? I would certainly hope not. You signed up for this. No. In the bardic and magical arts, we have this big tome, which is Listening to the Strings, and this is by Absinthe and Jakarta. As you can see, this one is an older copy. It's a bit roughed up, some water damage. I would make a note of that, and then you can just stamp here. Yes, exactly. One needs to be careful, making sure to note any damage to the book so students later on aren't unfairly punished for them returning them in this state. You must mark every little crease and every tear, every missing page, so we know whether students have damaged the books. Next, still in the bardic and magical artistry. Heavy things these are. A Spark in the Snow, The Muse of Luoda, by Twinkle Toes Skier. Big book. Are you aware of the god Luoda? Yes, well, they are a frost elf god, a modern god, not part of the elder pantheon, and they are sort of a muse, a spark of creativity. In their god as god of their role as god of creation, they, how would one put it? And they also help in the creation of children and such. So half of this book, I believe, is here. Half of this book is split into the creative arts, and the second half is about fertility. He even mentions making the Luoda chair. Oh, it's just a frost elf tradition to leave a chair in the bedroom for Luoda to watch. Strange faith. Now, are there any more that were labelled as for the bardic and magical artistry? Yes, little handbook. The Book of Bards. The 3 Bardic Pillars by Ruth Silverleaf. This is discussing the 3 main gods most often associated with the bardic arts. The latch has worn away from time. Not too old, but noted as such. Now, let's see. Yes, we can use this for configuration. So these are... Oh no, hold on. That's not quite right. I need to check with my glasses. Transfiguration. Yeah. So this book, I don't remember, and the front cover doesn't have the title, so sometimes you need to open it up to check. So You Turned Your Stepmother into a Cup by Shazi Quartz. Certainly an eye-catching title. Yeah. Well, that goes in the Transfiguration section. Now, if I were to hand you this has every section in the library. Now that I've walked you through generally how it works, do you think that you could have a go yourself? So I hand you a book, you tell me where it might belong, and please do keep referring back to this. Alright. Oh dear. This one. Alright. Rebellion through carving. Wartime tactics with runic magics by Ottawa Greenwich. Exactly, nice easy one. There you go. Just step there. Beautiful. And this goes into the runic magic section. Oh dear. There it goes. Alright, and now here's another good one. The Art of Arcane Objects, a study of creation of magical items by Prime, what's that last name now? Blast these Tigerkin names. Can you read that for me? Chiruli. Prime Chiruli. Now, where would this go? The Art of Arcane Objects, Study of Creation of Magical Items by Prime Chiruli. Exactly, yes. Although we don't call it just the enchanting anymore, because it also now it includes magical appraisal, enchanting, and magic craft, because there is a distinct difference with enchanting regular items to be imbued with magic and crafting items to be inherently magic. And so those two were divided into separate distinctions, but it's easier to have them under one banner and just label them. Which book do you have now? Let me see. A Guide to a New You by Solaspark Knudsen. Well, that's not exactly specific. Let's have a read through. A Guide to a New You by Solaspark Knudsen. Oh, yes. See, if you are confused by the title, just take a look inside. Look at these diagrams. This is a book of illusionary magic, and thus it goes in. Correct, the illusion magic section. Would you stamp this? Thank you. So, may I ask, why did you decide to volunteer for library work? Something to do. It is something to do. This library is one of the largest I've ever had to maintain. I mean, that is a slight lie. It is one of the largest libraries I've ever had to maintain since I changed professions. Oh, I used to do a little something else, but I felt stagnant in my old career, and so I came out here and began to give back to communities. There are other people, more qualified people nowadays, who have taken my role, and they're doing a jolly good job at it. I don't mind being here. As a matter of fact, I like it. In a way, it's my retirement. I adore books, I always have, and I enjoy the company of others, but I really do like silence. No, not that I'm telling you to be quiet. Again, I don't mind the company of others, and you have been very nice so far. What book? The Book of Spells and Blessings of our Goddess Enchanti. Sun Elf book. Let me see. Yes, you're right, there is significant sun damage on this. And it is, in many ways, falling apart. No, don't stamp it. We are going to put this over here for rebinding. Occasionally that's what's best for everyone if the book gets rebound, so students don't end up ruining it. Yes, but that would have gone into the clerical arts and healing magic and health. Oh no, hold on. No, we just separated out clerical magics and holy magics. So the clerical art of healing and health you see on your sheet there, that's now a new section separate from holy magic. So this Enchanti book, are you aware of the goddess Enchanti? Sun elf, goddess, believer in fate and the idea that everyone out there has their someone waiting for them. There's a goddess of relationships, things like that. We have, yes, that would go in dueling spells and defensive spell work. Very good. Yes. Let me see. And where would you put this? Consider well. This is mostly talking about the creation of the healing potions. So you might think it goes into the clerical art of healing and health, but exactly, this is alchemical. And so it goes into alchemical arts. Yes. Now, General Arcane. Do we have any books that fit with General Arcane? No, not that I can see. Oh, yes. Linguistics. Let's have a look here. Gekish by Lucien Sandsprinter. Gekish being the language of lizard folk. It's a good read, this one. Which one do you have? Let's see. This would also be in linguistics. Oh my! As I said before, I do have trouble with Tigerkin. How would you say this? Permautuk, The Return of the Tigerkin Language by the Merchant Guild of Toromau. Now that's unusual. You don't typically have an author be an entire guild. You know, they don't specify who wrote this, just that it was published by the Merchant Guild of Toromau. Oh, yes, well, the Tigerkin lost their language when they were exiled a very long time ago, and this effectively is them relearning their old tongue. Most of them these days speak common, so they're trying to bring back their old language, Permautuk, apparently. Oh, no, this is an old one. Goodness, this is a scroll. We don't get a lot of scrolls these days. They just don't sit as well on shelves, but... Post-Iron. A study of the difference between High and Dark Elf languages. No given author. Well, that also goes in linguistics. Do you see a scroll, a tube, over on your side of the room? We're supposed to have little tubes that these go into, so I'm just going to put that there for now. I'm not going to stamp it until we have the tube that we put those in there. Typically made of pine or occasionally bamboo if we can import it. No, I don't think we have anything more for linguistics. Here we are. Man-Eaters and Tangle Traps by Belladonna Wormwood. Well, obviously we know where this goes. Right on the money, yes. Botany and the botanical arts. You have one you also think fits there? Let me see. House of Leaves, Crafting the Perfect Greenhouse by Rosehip Thane. You know, from my personal experience, this book is actually not very helpful at architecture. It sort of goes off in tangents, talking about nothing, but you can glean some good facts from it. So, and it is in perfect condition, which is to be noted. Now, we have, let's see, let's have a look at this one. Dryad Cultivation by Robin Orthax. This is an old one. By the founder of our school, no less. Wonderful. No, this does not go into the botany and botanical arcane. I know that sounds confusing, but no. A dryad and the cultivation of dryads is considered under hemi or piece of paper. See that one there? Exactly. Fauna and flora husbandry. So, dryad cultivation would count as flora husbandry. Exactly. You have a history book? Well, history books will go in the history section. No. This is not a history book. This is a history of the arcane, which is a separate section. This is Arcanus Interina, with no given author, but it's a very, very old text, so that's to be assumed. With recompiled by Robin Orthax. Again. Here we are. Okay, lovely. I must say, I was a little skeptical about getting students to help me. Like I said, I do enjoy my own company, but sometimes it's nice, to have someone else assist. No, right. Now, history, I've already compiled all of these. All 1, 2, 3. Yes. So, these 3 books are already part of the historical section. We have here we are, the Empire of the Sun, which has no given author, but refers to the early Sun Elf Empire. Beautiful. Just reseal that. Okay. Then we have An Empire Forged in Iron by Slick Ruby and Samir Laxman Sumanos. Must be a high elf and a dark elf. And this is about the Iron Empire, which of course is the predecessor to both those kingdoms. The Iron and Dark Elf, a nasty lot they were. Rose up during the era of darkness. Some call it where the elder gods fought the new gods. And very, very nasty time for everyone involved, I can assure you. Yes, the third history book. Where did I... Here it is. Very sparkly, this one. Oh, yes, well, that's the reason why. Carving Passion. The Art and History of the Frost Elf Fertility Chair by Twinkletoes Skier. I think we've seen one by him or her, or they are. Always hard to tell Frost Elf names, whether they're male or female. And it's even harder when you're just looking at them. Yes. Oh, this is a big one. Very, very... My, would you look at the cover of that? Look at the detailed etchings they added. Gorgeous. The Place Between. A study of the mysterious mistways by Robin Orthax, updated by Heather Fitting. This, I believe, is the only new book to the Otherworlds section, the Travelling of Otherworlds. Yes, we don't actually have too many books on Otherworlds, no. The ones we do have are mostly in the restricted section. We don't want students vanishing from reality. No. Then we have... No, I don't believe we have any new mathematic books coming through. The old ones are still in date. There's been no massive upsets to the world of trigonomics and addition and subtraction. No. Dungeon crawling. Oh, my word. No, I don't think we have any new dungeon crawling books either. Fiction. Yes, we did get some new fiction. Let me... One moment. New fiction. First new fiction book. This was requested by one of the students a while ago, but we had trouble getting a copy. Apparently a lot of them were sold out. So this is... Goodness sake. Well, this is a romance, it seems like. It's called Lust in the Stables, Compendium 1 by Colleen Pennywhistle. Oh, hey. Is this appropriate for students? I don't see anything too worrisome. If you want to take a look at it, please be my guest. Yes, we do have some more. Here we go. This one, I believe, is a mystery horror. This is Trapped Below the Shifting Sands by Mehdi Sul Alva. Yes, apparently something about being trapped in an ancient pyramid. Very spooky. Yes. Well, the fiction section is subdivided into romance, mystery, tragedy, horror, comedy, and historical fiction, and those are denoted by the color put on the band of the book or on the tube of the scroll. Yes, you can see that all in the little sheet I gave you. So it's subdivided. Yes, exactly. Oh, yes, there is one more. Just got him today. This one was from a second-hand collection. As you can see, it's very well loved, very well worn by the previous owner. This is The Lusty Lizardfolk Maiden. Goodness, who is ordering these things? By Meme Al-Sun. Lusty Lizardfolk Maiden. Well, certainly hope they know what they're doing, allowing students to order these things. I just do whatever the faculty tell me to, you know, and I don't mind as long as people are reading. It doesn't really matter what they're reading. Oh, and do you have your note of approval from a prefect of your house to help me with the restricted section? Really? It would look like this. That all seems to be in order, yes. Well, we do have a few books to add to the restricted section. Now, the restricted section is divided into a few different groups. You have Elder Magics, Dimensional Gateways, Demonology, Restricted Alchemical Arts, Banned Spellwork, Destruction Magics, Summoning Magics, and Necromancy. All of those are locked tightly for prefects and teachers only, with written approval for students. So we keep these books here a little bit further away so they don't get into the wrong hands. For example, we have here we are. This one's got a latch. This is Dancing Necromancing, a blend of bardic and blood by Hildebrook. Well, I suppose. Then we have here we go. destruction magic. With one shot, a study into the powerful and dangerous arts crafted in the Dark Ages. And this book is very old. There is no given author. And then we have... yes, this is definitely restricted alchemical arts, yes. Anything to do with potions of love or infatuation are typically blocked away from students, you know. These are young adults, after all, and affections can get carried away. 5 Steps to Drive Him Wild by Breakin Willowish. No one needs books like this, I tell you. But we just stock what we're told. Banned spellwork? Yes. Oh, yes, that's banned spellwork, alright. Pain and Suffering Spellwork by Lockchain the Royal Interrogator. Goodness. Why would anyone need things like this? Now, I am a big believer that we should never destroy books or deny books. This is why we have the restricted section. I don't think most of these are inherently evil. They contain knowledge, which is important for us to move forward, but there is a reason why some of these stay back here. Let's have a look at this one. Demonology. That's what I have it labeled as a type of... Yes. Incubus, Succubus, and Omnibus by Black Cardamom. You want to take a look at this one? Very funny. No. We're just sorting the books. You're not renting them out. You don't have permission for that. Oh, yes. And finally, Dimensional Gateways. You think so? Oh, yes, you're absolutely correct. This is a Dimensional Gateway section. The many entrances to the Feywilds. Well, the reason why this book would be kept in the restricted section is just to prevent any students from doing anything foolish and getting themselves stuck in a dimension where they don't belong. It's all for the benefit of our faculty. You understand. Exactly. Well, we have managed to sort through a significant pile of books, which is really quite spectacular, all things considered. Now, I will quickly just begin to sort these away. Up, and they'll begin to put themselves back on the shelves. Well, I can't be getting up and placing them. I'll let them do it themselves. A little bit of magic never hurt. After all, this is the Magic Academy. So, thank you ever so much for coming and assisting me today. If you in the future were still interested in helping me organize these books and everything, I would be most appreciative. You have by far been one of my preferred student helpers. I had a pair come in not too long ago, and a centaur and a lily pad, a lily pad dryad, and then they really did struggle to understand the concept of how to sort the books. Never mind. Thank you for all your assistance.